All right, I'm live now. You're tuned in to our end of day report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming live to you from PulseWaveTrading.com. Starting early. I will be doing this early today and tomorrow because I have prior engagements. So without further ado, let's go look at some charts. First one here that we got on the list is going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as you know, has been on a tear as of late, and today was no different. We're coming off of a positive momentum alert, and the market did proceed to get higher today and pushing further into that 10,000 mark. So if you're long and strong, you know what you need to do. Got to pop your way through this market. Got to put those stops up in there and do what you got to do. Going into tomorrow, we're expecting possible continuation pattern. So we're going to just watch it. We got continued bullish weekly momentum, as you can see here. So I think this thing is going to keep chugging along little bit by little bit each day until it doesn't. But we have our targets, and we're just we're strapped in, and we're just gonna keep letting the thing rally, keep letting it ride, and keep moving that stop a little bit closer, locking some profits along the way. That's how you roll with Bitcoin. All right. Always remember, you will never go broke taking profits, especially in Bitcoin, where the markets tend to be mad volatile. All right. The market can be mad volatile at times. So remember, take your money and don't feel bad. You can always get back in there. So just keep moving your stops, trailing your open position. If the market pulls back and hits your stop, you get out with profit. You can always get back in on the next signal or in the next day. All right. Keep that in mind, folks. I cannot stress that enough. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, the next goodie that we have here to look at is the financial spider, the ticker XLF. All right, so you got bullish weekly momentum on this one too. This one's struggling though. It is struggling because your trend line support is still in the Kumo cloud. All right, so this one is a struggle. Got to get everything out of the Kumo cloud in order for this to be legit, in order for this trend to keep pushing. Right now, it's doing okay, but you really need this trend line support to push up out of this cloud, and that's only going to happen with time. But we're just not getting that lift, just not getting that big lift that you would have expected. It's kind of just chopping around a little bit, pushing, grinding higher, not just breaking out higher, but just like grinding higher. So this one again, bulls are still in control of this market. So this is just one that you got to watch. If you're long, you're going to keep moving your stop, trailing your open positions, and then waiting for the next signal to get back long. Let's look at the next one. All right, looking here now at crude oil futures, which has been falling apart, but trying to stage a comeback. All right, so we had a rally alert coming into today, and that's exactly what you saw happen. The market did push higher. I also gave you some alternatives for those of you that don't play the futures. I told you to look at OIH, look at UCO and USO. You may even want to look at DIG. Excuse me. And so you still got time to get involved in this one. Just keep in mind that right now, markets in that basing type of a pattern. Immediate profit target right here is around that $55 range. So that's your initial target for this move. Secondary target is below the Kumo cloud, around that 60-ish. So this is those are your two initial targets on this trajectory. So right now, all systems are a go. The big test will be tomorrow. will we get follow through, or will bears come in and do one of these over here, one of these numbers, and put in an even lower leg? All right, so gotta keep that in mind. All right, let's look at the next one. All right, I added a few new ones to look at too that we don't normally talk about. So I just wanted to show you a few things because they were in the news. So those will be coming up in a moment. All right, this is the NASDAQ 100. I did go ahead and dip my toe in that water, took that long position, holding overnight. I like the way the market is pushing here. We do have a long bullish trajectory right now in place. This is a bullish weekly momentum reading, looking like this one back here. So this is just the next round, the next leg higher that the market is pushing. Eventually, we'll get back to another crash, primary crash alert. At that time, I'll be looking to book profits. So hopefully I'll get a nice elongated move like this one. So I should have at least another week's worth of pushing. We'll see. Maybe around Monday or Tuesday into next week before we get some type of a pause. But right now the market's looking really strong, and this is just the beginning of this bull cycle. Look how long this one lasted back here. So I'm thinking that this is going to keep pushing. Stops are in, so I'm good to go. But yeah, I'm liking this NASDAQ. All right, let's look at another one. All right, so the next one here is our Illuminati index, looking at hack. There was a lot of chatter in the news today about cyber security issues. You can make an argument that we have a possible double top, so we do have a crash alert for tomorrow. I'll see what happens, but the initial target on this one's going to be the trend line trend line support right here around the 42.50 mark, and we're at 44.32 now, so it's good for at least a $2 or $3 move if we're going to get it. But right now, keep in mind the bulls are still in control of this market. So the last time we did, though, have a primary crash alert, the last two alerts we got, there was follow through. So we have to keep that in mind. We did get follow through. We got one here and we got one here before taking off higher. So this may be an opportunity to pick up a couple of bucks. All right. And hack, HACK. Moving on to the next one. All right. Looking at the gold miners now, the GDXJ, looking at those junior miners. All right, so we've been bearish. All right, been in a corrective phase since the rally highs back here made in January, and we proceeded right as we made that high. We got a negative momentum signal. Market did proceed lower until we got a primary crash alert. Market head lower, got a primary rally alert. Here's that secondary primary crash alert. Got a little bounce. Got another crash alert. And now here we are on this one. Notice how these rallies off of these supports are getting narrower and narrower. So this is telling me that the market is looking like it wants to roll over and pull back some more and put a new leg down in. So we'll have to wait and see. It's getting narrow here. All right, on this elongated super flag. So breakout is imminent. Either we're going to break out up or break down. Right now, I'm gonna go with the rally alert. So we got 3 to 5 bars out. We only finished today. This is bar 2. Still got 3 more bars to go before we see if this thing's going to break out topside or not. We do also have another sneaky thing here. That's why I love the algo charts, because they show you what you can't see just on a visual chart. We got the beginning stages of bullish weekly momentum. All right. So I'm thinking that this rally alert is definitely going to play out over the next couple of days. So this is one to also keep your eye on. All right, going into the next one here. Let's look at GBTC, which is our Bitcoin ETF equivalent. All right, and it's been going along for the ride, keeping pace with the Bitcoin. So GBTC pushing higher. Wants to get up to that $14, $15 mark. We'll see where it goes from there. I think we can even get 20 out of this. and that would be great. So this was definitely one to watch as well. This is a very critical price level between $12 and $15. Is a very critical. It's an old resistance that needs to be pushed through, and we'll see what happens. But right now, the algos are screaming bye, 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 Bitcoin to the moon, basically. So this is a nice, strong one. Continuation patterns daily. If you're long the GBTC, please don't forget to get your stops in place. All right. You don't want to turn a winner into a loser. Looking at the next thing we got here, Facebook, which has been in the news on a daily. Let's see what's going on here. So we're in a bear market. All right. We're in a corrective phase off of the old rally highs, and we did get a primary crash alert. The market today put in a mini reversal, which looks like it is setting up so that the primary crash alert will play out as possibly as early as tomorrow. So this is definitely one to watch too. This is only day one. These rally and crash alerts sometimes leave the market, 3 to 5 days out. So we'll see what's happened, but it's looking like a down cycle is in play at this point. So we will watch it and see. But this one is looking like it wants to put a leg in lower. All right, going to the next one here. Let's look. Ford's been in the news too. These automakers have been in the news. And so let's see what's rearing itself here. All right, so we've been in a bear market in the auto industry. You can see how the market's come way off, all right, from the rally highs back up here around the 960 mark, 957. And then we dropped all the way down here to a low of 802. And you can see how we gapped along the way. Got some gaps here that we need to contend with. All right. So the gaps do need to be dealt with at this stage of the game before this market can even decide if it wants to push higher or not. Right now, you can see the last crash alert we had was right after the gap. Market did go lower. We got a positive momentum alert here, followed by a crash alert the next day. Market did break out, put in a bullish pointer today, and it's looking like this one, from a technical bouncing perspective, wants to get back up to at least the 860, 870 mark to fill in this gap. And then we'll see if the bears come back in and sell it off again, or if it's going to get back to the trend line resistance up here around the $8.92 level. Then you got an air pocket between here and the bottom of the Kumo cloud, which is sitting here at $9.03. So around the $9 mark, you're going to have trouble. You got major resistance. So we'll see. This could be good, for $1.50 or so. Top side initial target. But keep in mind, we do got bearish weekly momentum still in play. And so I don't know if this is going to get enough lift off. Normally, this is a good sign when you get back-to-back rally alerts like that. You can get a situation like this going. So we probably need another day or two to see how this one plays out. But this is forward, so you know how that goes. All right, taking a look now. Another one. I want to look at dry ships. I haven't looked at dry ships ticker in so long. So I just want to pull this one up. And you can see this thing is, how did they say it in the first Wall Street movie? This is wood. Look at this thing. This thing don't move at all, man. This is not the stock for you. If you're a trader, this is not the stock for you. Also, there's a primary crash alert. This thing is wild. Even pulling up a monthly. Look at that. This thing is nuts. Before stock splits and reverse splits and all that other nonsense at its peak, this thing was the equivalent of, $50,000, $500,000 a share. And now you're down here basically a penny stock. What nonsense. I just had to look at that. I had to show you that this stock is dead, man. All right, next one here is silver. Let's get back to some real stuff. All right, so everyone's been anxious to see what silver is going to do, when and if it's going to break out, and it's breaking lower. The crash alert right here is playing out. It is playing out, folks. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I said 3 to 5 days out, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And on the 5th day, we drop. Right after that 5th day, here comes the precipitous drop. And you're in the Kumo cloud. And you're in the corrective state. And you got the beginning of more bearish weekly momentum starting up again, like you did back here. I don't know what to tell you. Silver is one of those, man. It's a stubborn thing. If it wants to fall out of bed, no one can stop it from falling. If it's going to rally like a rocket to Mars, no one can stop it from doing that either. It does what it does. It has a mind of its own. Keep in mind, though, we do have some gaps that we need to deal with, and I think that's what's happening right now. This is your first gap right here. Second gap is right here. All right? Gaps got to be filled, folks. So looks like between 1730 and 1710 is the initial target on the downward thrust. Then we should build support from that, and then we should get our moonshot taking us up to the 1870 mark. Capiche? All right, moving on. Looking at gold. All right, so gold, you know, it's been bullish, but now it's still in that corrective state right off of this bullish pointer high here, right? Then we got off of correction. Market tried to rally and failed. Got a crash alert, crashed down, trying to come back up now. Now we got a negative momentum reading coming into today, and the market did exactly what we expected. The market is still not able to get up. All right, it actually took out the prior day's low, even though it closed higher on the day. But look at us, we're still weak and in very narrow range. So breakout or breakdown is imminent. I'm gonna say that I'm thinking it's gonna go down, but you just never know. I mean, we do got the beginning stages of bullish weekly momentum trying to set in now, so it's tough to say. This chart's really not giving you much to go on. So at this point, we're just gonna have to wait and see what the market decides to do. But right now, it's looking like every rally is being sold off. Every rally, market can't stay up. So it's starting to look a little bit like silver, and your trend line is kind of, you see your Kumo cloud is coming up to your trend line now. If this keeps going on the way that it's going, moving, then your trend line is going to be inside your Kumo cloud, and that'll spell pretty much the end of the bull run for the time being, because you have a situation like this, where the Kumo cloud catches up to your trend line smack dab in the middle of the cloud, and then it forces prices into that vortex below the Kumo cloud, and you just stay weak. All right. And you're hoping that if that does happen, you can get a quick snapback like you did here, and boom. But who's to say? Below the Kumo cloud is a dangerous place to be. All right, so that's your goal. Don't really have good news on that one. I wish I did, but I don't. The algo charts are what they are. They're truth tellers. It tells you what's going on in the market at that real-time snapshot. So with that being said, got some big things coming out this week. Lord willing, you'll be hearing about it tomorrow into Friday. So PulseWaveTrading.com, you're going to want to rush to take advantage of the free account. We got some free goodies there for you. You want to get them while it lasts. And we also have some incredible offers. So come on over to PulseWaveTrading.com and take a peek. And do me a favor, hit that like button. Share the video with someone. You never know who it may help or encourage. Also, subscribe if you haven't done so you can be kept alerted to new information when it comes out. And with that being said, I will see the rest of you guys in the AM for the pre-market pulse scan. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace.